Alex Mann with MMA Mania, and I'm here with Solomon Renfro, who returns to action this Friday at LFA 155. Solomon, how are you?
Great. How you doing, Alex? Good to see you
I'm
again.
Yeah, man. It's always a blessing to talk with you, man, especially during fight week. So thank you again for your time, man. Speaking of it, 4 days out, man. How you feeling?
Feel fucking bulletproof. Feel phenomenal. Nothing can stop me right now, honestly. I feel amazing, loose, free, dynamic, dangerous in every limb of my body. I'm just ready to go put on a show and take this W, prove I belong in the big leagues.
Awesome, dude. It's been 5 months since your win over Michael Ortiz, where you got back to your finishing ways. How'd that feel, and how did you feel about that performance?
Uh, it felt right, it felt right. Performance felt the way it should have been. I kind of wish it could have lasted a little bit longer because I wanted to show a little bit more, but I got an opportunity to do that against another very, very tough opponent. And we make it look easy. But to answer your question, it felt right. It felt like that was supposed to happen. That's what's supposed to happen. And now that I'm down at 155, um, I feel like you're gonna see me just obliterate these guys a lot more often.
Before we start rolling, you were telling me about an injury that you suffered in that fight, man. So tell me about it.
Yeah. So leading up to that fight, I actually my wrist was hurting, my right wrist here. Like the last 3 weeks of training camp was hurting a lot, and I was just icing it and just got through it. Went to the fight, told the doctor nothing was wrong, obviously, and I fought. Um, did my thing, ended up finishing them, but the ground and pound, elbows to the heavens and strike was all gravity, all my weight going straight to his face, and I think right there I shattered my wrist more than it probably was already like it probably had fractures, but when I did it, I had like what 12 fractures. I posted a video on Instagram. But I had 12 fractures. I didn't even realize that because after I won that fight, I was getting ready to fight in December for the Icon belt. And then before my opponent pulled out for that fight anyway, but I was still training for the fight, and I was doing 5 5-minute rounds, and my wrist was just hurting. I mean, I was still going through training camp and everything. My wrist was just killing me like, every single day after practice. So I finally got it checked out, and it turned out I had 15 fractures in my wrist, 10 to 15, correctly, but 10 to 15 fractures in my wrist, somewhere between there. And I was just training and fighting the whole time, so I went like maybe like 2 months without that, with that injury. So I was forced to sit out. I couldn't fight in December, which sucks. But it is what it is. I got to meet some new people, networked, still trained, got better, upgraded my skills a bit more, and now I'm back better than ever, ready to put on a better show.
With a broken wrist, that kind of sucks because there's really nothing you can do about it except let it heal. So, what was the recovery process like?
I still trained every other limb of my body. I still trained my left hand, my jab, made it more dangerous than it was before. Drove through elbows, knees, kicks. Still was moving around, still was doing my sprints. So I mean, I was very very sad, obviously, because I was upset that I wasn't going to fight for the title and go win the title. But at the same time, maybe it was something that needs to happen just to work on the other things in my arsenal. Um, and it happened. But the recovery process, it was pretty smooth. Everything went as according to plan. So now my wrist is back. Like I said, it's better than ever. I feel like it's stronger than it was before, and I'm ready to go put on a great show. I'm ready to do the damn thing.
All right, well, let's talk about it, man. So, you're returning to LFA. You're going back to the exact same arena in the co-main event where you suffered your first knockout loss. So, firstly, do you see this as like redemption?
Uh, TKO, not knockout.
Right.
Ref stoppage. First off, second off, do I see the redemption? I guess if I said no, it's another fight, then I wouldn't be completely honest. Like, yeah, it's another fight. It's another guy just put another show, whooping some more ass as usual. But just to be back in the arena again, it feels good to be back home and kind of just get a redemption in front of my hometown fans. Not a redemption, but like just get a win in front of my hometown fans. It would mean a lot to me, and it means a lot to them as well. So that's it. Was it a little weird at first thinking about going back to LFA? At first, yeah, I had some thoughts, but then I was like, you know what? I should go do this shit like a gangster, like I fucking am. I should go back there with the same fucking suit, same style, same arena, and go whoop ass, talk the same way, and like I was supposed to. Sometimes you zig me to the zag, and if I really believe that, then I would just go do it again. And I really, really fucking believe that. I believe I'm better than Adam Fuga. I believe I'm better than Michael Lott. I believe I'm way better than this guy in front of me right now. I don't even want to pronounce his name because I don't want to disrespect the dead. But he's a dead man in front of me. It's a Brazilian guy, and yeah, like I said, I'm ready to go put on my damn show. Was a little weird thinking about it at first, yes, but like I said, I'm gangsters to the core, man. And I had to really question myself about that. Like it took me about, I thought about it really, really hard, man, for like 30 seconds. 30 seconds, I was like, all right, let's go do this shit, bro. Let's go do this shit. Let's go fucking smoke this dude. So I'm gonna smoke him like a blunt, do what I do, get this dub, and then call my shot once again.
Before
Not
your
call my
last,
shot. I'm taking.
before your last fight, in New York at LFA 125, you were rocking that. You said that you killed a bear on the way on the way to the arena. Where's that jacket at, bro?
Story. I'm bringing it to the arena. I'm bringing it. I have it. I still have that coat. Like I said, I'm coming out the same swag but better. You know, different hairstyle a little bit. You know, maybe some more money in my pocket, more bitches around, more skills. It was more importantly, and I'm gonna go do that shit. I got. What's different now is I changed my team around. I still train with Tiger Showman, but they're not my head coaches anymore. I train with Chris Luca for striking. He's my head coach. Rich Van Houten for MMA in general, and then Munch. I don't know if you know Munch Man. Sure, he's an upcoming fighter, but he's a high level black belt. Doing a lot of grappling and rolling with him and his crew. So that's something that I have into it. But besides that, man, it's the same shit. I'm the best in the world. Put hands to face, knocking people out. If they get in the ground, finish them there. I'm great everywhere. On the feet, on the ground, in the clinch, doesn't fucking matter. We'll whoop his ass.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about, changing your team around a little bit, change your coaches. What led to that decision?
Uh, I feel like these guys just fit my style a bit more. Like I said, I still train at Tiger Showmans. They're gritty, they're tough as fuck, and that's me to the core. I'm tough as fuck when I have to be, but I don't have to be. I'm way better than these guys. I don't have to go out there and just be tough the whole time. I'm better, so just go out there, be better, get rid of them. Like I did the last guy, like I'm did that guy before that, like I'm gonna do this guy. I feel like James Cannon only lasted so long because I was pulling back on the cardio. He was a little big. I was already getting ready to fight at 155. And I took that fight at 170 on kind of short notice. So, just because I couldn't get a fight at 55 at first. So he was a little big, but and his grappling defense was good. I'm not gonna disrespect his skills, but obviously I dominated him with the wrestling there. Came back, fought Michael Eliziario or whatever, and dropped him with the jab like I do for usual, and got him out of there. And this guy, I feel like the same thing's gonna happen. He's gonna throw. I'm gonna land a straight shot down the middle, and that's gonna be that. Um, but it can go either way. It can go any way. Any way it goes, I know that I'm gonna win. It can go fucking 3 rounds. It can go 30 seconds. I know either way, I'm coming out with the victory no matter what. So,
Going back down to lightweight, how's you've been fluctuating, right? Like you've been trying to fight a lightweight, but you just haven't had a lot of people wanting to fight you. So,
of course,
how's that? Like, how's that process? Getting down to 155.
it's going great. It feels smooth. I'm in great shape. I mean, look at me, though. Look like I'm struggling. I'm
God
not.
damn.
Not at all. Yeah, like I said, bulletproof. This guy's gonna try to touch my body, might break his fucking hand. It's really not even fair to have a guy with 2 arms and 2 legs get in there. But let me go back to what I was saying. Anyway, getting down to weight, it's been good. I had to obviously watch my food a little bit more, do a little bit more cardio. But besides that, it's the same thing. I honestly I feel like I should have been at 55 this whole time. But my walk around weight isn't that different, to be honest. Just the cut is bigger. But before I was probably cutting like 10 pounds to make 170. I wouldn't even cut until like the morning of. I was just chilling the whole time, chilling with my boys, like literally hanging out with girls, chilling. And I was training. Obviously, I was training 3-4 times a day. But in between that, if I wasn't training, I had like 2 chicks in my bed. It was good. I was relaxing. Um, but now just gotta cut a little bit more weight. That's all. That's all. And I'm professional, so I should have been cutting more weight to begin with. I feel like honestly, my whole career I was a 55er. I am a 55er. I just been fighting up at 70 and 85 even, and whooping ass up there because I wasn't lazy, but I just didn't feel like I needed to cut weight. I just didn't really believe in it. But now once I got to the next level, and I realized how everybody's cutting 30 fucking pounds, it seems like they have a big unfair advantage over me. even though it didn't matter. They have a unfair advantage over me. So now that that's not even there anymore, now I feel like I'm the big guy. I'm the taller guy. I'm bigger, faster, stronger than everybody there. So even though I'm stronger at 170, but I'm way stronger now. This is where I should be.
Wow.
Feels right. Feels right. The weight's
Wow.
not going to be easy, but nothing's easy, you know.
Well, thanks for sharing that, man. All right, well, let's talk about it, man. You're fighting Glacio. Man, it's on paper, it's a very fun matchup. What do you think of the matchup?
I think this dude's man. He's fucking tough, dangerous. He's gonna come and swing for sure, but I'm gonna get rid of him. I'm gonna make it look easy. I'm gonna breeze through him. It's gonna be a breeze for me. So he's tough guy to every day. He catches and shoots really well. He has decent looks like wrestling defense from what I saw in his fights. He said he's a BJJ black belt or third degree, but I don't really see that on film. I feel like he's lying about that. Also say he's a national championship wrestler. I don't see that on film either. I feel like he's lying about that, but oh, who knows? Gives a fuck. All I know is I'm gonna whoop his ass. That's what I do know. But like I said, he's dangerous. You know, for that, he's a good fighter. You might even be consider him a great fighter. You know, among the average. But I'm greater than great, like I always say. And I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna breeze through him. I'm gonna blow through him. I feel like I'm gonna make him bleed. I'm gonna make him bleed early. It's gonna be a bloodbath, and I'm gonna get him out of there.
It's another tough opponent. It seems like that's all you sign up for is just good. You you
Love it.
you look at your resume and there isn't a fucking can on your record. So what is it like? Why do you only choose to fight these tough guys?
Like I said, gangster to the core, man. You know, they say they dogs. Well, let's see who the top dog. I feel like I'm the top dog every time. And I feel like I'm the best fighter in the world. So it really doesn't matter who the fuck they put in front of me. It could be the guy I'm fighting now. It could be who's the champion of my weight class, Islam Makhachev. Doesn't fucking matter. I feel like I'm gonna go out there and smoke him. I train harder than anybody, everybody. Doing all the right work mentally, physically, emotionally, recovery. I'm just ready to get out there and do the damn thing. Why do I take tough fights? They don't really seem tough to me. Nobody really seems tough. I mean, like I said, everybody's tough, but that's the level. They don't seem tough to me, but that's the level. Everybody's fast. Everybody's strong. Everybody hits hard. Everybody's dangerous. Everybody has decent jiu-jitsu, wrestling, grappling, or even great jiu-jitsu, wrestling, grappling, striking. But no one's Solomon Renfro. That's that. I'm gonna go out there and prove that every single day I live my life. You know?
Well, that is a mic drop, but I do got to ask you at the end of the day, this Friday at LFA 155 in New York, how do you get your hand raised?
I knock him out. I knock him out clean with a straight shot down the middle within 1 or 2 rounds. I feel like it's gonna be the first, but if he can last a little bit to the second, I feel like I knock him out clean. He's gonna overcommit, hit him clean down the middle, and it's gonna be that.
And then finally, man, I just wanted to ask, what are some goals for you this year? You know, I feel like everyone knows and thinks that you're this close to the UFC. So, do you think a win over this guy gets you to the UFC, or do you think they're going to make you go through the contender series again?
I believe one over this guy gets me to the UFC. Um, I know no matter what this year I'm gonna be in the UFC, no matter what happens. I'm not worried about it. I love to fight. If there's another fight, it's another fight. But I believe a win over this guy, which it will be for me, will get me into the league, whether it's short notice or they give me a call straight in and give me like 4 to 8 weeks to train, which I would really appreciate. But I don't need it. I'll stay ready. But I can't really think about that right now. My main focus right now is obliterating this man in front of me, which I will do Friday night.
Boom. Solomon, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors you might have, and if you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
Yeah, big thank you to my coach Chris Luca, Rich Van Houten. Like I said, my other coach Munch Mansure. I don't know, I can't pronounce his last name. His first name is Mansure. I call him Munch for short. Um, big shout out to Tiger Showman for letting me come there get my rounds in. Um, big shout out to all the boxing gyms in New York City. And shout out to Buffalo, New York. Shout out to Niagara Falls, Cleveland, Ohio, New York, New York. We're about to do it again. USA, stand up. We're about to get this done, man. That's it. Hey, Shout out to my brother Patchy Mix too. Love you, bro.